Greetings, fellow Empyreans. It is January 12th, YC125. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and this is the Eve Universe Show. Now, I want to warn you guys, as official as that all sounded, today is, again, one of those not very well constructed days. I don't know how else to put it. So, I actually have some thoughts about what to do. The thing is that a lot of the things I want to do, and this happens sometimes. Like, for instance, that fitting video, I sat on it for like a year. Not because I was procrastinating, but because, like, it has to stew in my head. There are things that I still don't like about it, you know, and I chew on it. And so, a lot of these things that I want to do, I don't feel like I can, like, pull it together quite cohesively yet. So I'm still working on those. I think tomorrow, and I also try to make it so that Friday is my most structured day. So we'll have stuff to talk about tomorrow, hopefully. Today, however, I have, I don't know. I need to look into whether or not I have any extra. Today, I have some thoughts about what to do. Why is chat not working? Hold on a second. Okay. Should be. I need to kick the bot. Mike's here, so everything broke. How's it going, Mike? Have you considered doing some for other factions like Serpentis, Angel Cartel, and SOCT? Yeah. How do I put this delicately? I speak to what I know, right? Like, I don't know if I could actually... Serpentis is probably pretty close. SOCT, we really need to go through the Black Mountain Chronicle. All right, Cloudbot. Kick the Cloudbot. There we go. Looks like it's working. No, it isn't that there isn't angel lore. It's that angel lore is mixed up in Minmatar lore. And if I pretend to know about Minmatar lore for even like 2 minutes, there are one of several very dedicated Minmatar RP people who will make sure that I understand that I have no idea what I'm talking about. And you know what? They are absolutely correct. So I stay in my lane. How to get Edencom gunnery skill books? Isn't that DDLP store? So basically, let's talk about how today might go. I was going to go do exploration, right? And oh yeah, no motivation to learn. Absolutely. I'm interested in learning those things and building it together. I'm explaining why I haven't presented it yet. I cannot present that which I do not know. Hey, lazy one. That's just me trying to be like, you know, honest. You know, I don't know. Journalistically honest, it might be the right word. I'm not 100% sure. I do want to make a a video of, like, I have done like my top 10 villains of EVE Online. Had them all listed out, and I was going to make that into a video. Maybe we'll do that again. I'll put that down. But also, we could just talk about, like, principal characters in general, right? But, like... So... The Angels are a pretty big group. Angels and Serpentis. The Serpentis have some interesting pieces. The Serpentis story is something I actually do want to pull apart, because there is I can't remember if it was on stream or off that I stumbled upon the idea that, like, so Upwell has always not liked Serpentis, right? So Upwell, all right, we'll just tell the story, okay? Let's tell the story of Yanni. I don't have any pages worked up, so this is all from memory. Let's tell the story of Yanni. Actually, let me actually look up my own. I wrote this already once, so let me at least refer to my article about it, so that way I'm not totally an idiot. Okay, guys? Does it sound like good? Is this what you guys wanted? You wanted to drag me into something totally different? That's fine. My idea, by the way, before we jump into it, then, was to go do the Explorer career arc with the Astero. While I'm Faction Warfare. Should be fun. Anyway, where? I wrote a lot when I was with Crossing Zebras, by the way. Just like quite a bit. Some better than others. Actually, hold on. Let's take another step back. Since today has no structure whatsoever, I want to go back to something and look at it now, because I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. Okay, hold on. Where was it? Because this was one of my most, like, wildest posts that I made as far as, like, speculation or calling out, like, future things go. So I want to see where it went. Where is it? Oh God, where are you? I just saw you. No way. Ah. Okay. Hold on. Hey, by the way, guys, before we do that, did you guys know that there's like this little cleaning bot over here? You can hear it right now. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Yep. He comes out every once in a while. You can hear him. He's like making a chunky noise. Let me turn on the audio. He's a little cleany boy. This is the only major like random event that I've seen so far that I've managed to catch. Yeah, it launched out fireworks on New Year's Eve. That's right. Yeah. Do we have a name for it yet? Does anybody know? But yeah, they did say that they added in some new events, so there might be other stuff going on. It's just that one's noticeable because it makes such a like loud audible cue, you know. Either way. All right. So, in 2017, CCP accidentally posted this, which was a page that showed what their outline was for the summer. Okay? So we're going to look through this and see whether or not any of it or how much of it came true. Okay? First, Project Discovery, exoplanets. The previous iteration of Project Discovery involved a minigame inside of Eve. This new iteration with partnership with the University of Geneva is related to identification of real-life exoplanets, We have no idea what this will mean, as the previous Project Discovery project helped SOE unlock alpha clone technology from Joe's tissue samples. How will the new PD work, and what will be our reward? The cytoplasm is cytoplasm is the powerhouse of the cell. Will this new program unlock more ideas about planets and PI? Then there's the Vexor in Ishtar redesign. That's my phone. Which we, of course, got. So two so far. Strategic Cruiser Rebalance. Yep, we got that one. Asteroid Fields. Visual rework. I don't know if this actually happened or not. I mean, like, after Scarcity, it's hard to tell. New player experience. The infamous Phase 2 of the MPE is coming to guide players from the very rail-driven starter event Inception. Oh my god, the Inception MPE. This iteration will see a rework of how this progress is tracked, how career agents work, and potentially how players seek meaningful PvE and PvP content at all skill levels. You know, I can see how this, while this didn't come out in 2017, I could so totally see where this became the Air Career Agents, or the career program. Can't you? Mitochondria, yes. Body the Cleanie Bot. But remember, Marcus, this is 2017. This is 2 years before Scarcity began. More explosions. Pretty things are pretty, and the work of Eve art and graphics team has been incredible. Yeah. Okay, new suns coming. We got the new suns. Battle station renovation. Looks like all sides will be working on remodeling their battle stations. NPC stations. Okay. New forums. I don't think we ever got that. New chat system. I love this. This has me very excited. All right. The ability to communicate is paramount to Eve, and this is a cornerstone of Eve player tool chest. Having the chat as accessible outside of the client or disconnected from the game itself opens it to better options for native communication without the need for so much integration with services such as Discord. Wow. Man, so we got the new chat system, but we got like all of the bad things, but none of the good. This was not prescient, okay? Yeah, and the monkey's paw curled, exactly. Overall, these are bold, exciting changes. So yeah, actually, in the end, going back and looking at these things, we did get basically all of these things. Maybe not at that exact time, but in an effort to reduce load on the communication network in New Eden, a new chat system is scheduled to be introduced this year, which will improve scalability and ensure that capsulers can keep in touch even when the Tranquility cluster is offline. We stuck with that up until the comma. You know, Eve used to have a voice chat. People hated it. People demanded it get removed. Man, I would just be happy if we can make it so that there's an audible cue when somebody talks in a chat, or at least mentions you. Anywho, that was fun. Back to what I was looking at. Where is... We're talking about Yanni. Oh yeah, it's going to be way down here because that's Lifeblood. Oh, 7. Yay. Oh, no, no, no. I can't stop talking. I'm going to get demonetized. No, no. Shh, shh. Oh, my God. So stupid. All right, hold on. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Uprising, Upwell. When is Upwell coming out? CCP loyalty rewards announced. What did I come up with there? Oh, I guess. Oh, this was a one-time. It didn't actually turn into like a ongoing thing. Got it. Is this it? Living in the Shadows of Serpents? Through the Crystal Ball is probably my favorite article I've ever written. Where is it? Is it this one? Nope, that's me criticizing the actual event. It's like right around here. Well, it has to be, because like these are my beginning things. Hold on a second. Seriously. I'm seriously about to give up. I can't believe this. You know what? Hold on. Can I do that? No. Am I absolutely sure this isn't the right one? Yeah, okay. Well, hold on. Can I look up the word Yanni? Does that work? Is it the story so far? No, it is Operation Frostline and Introduction. This is it. Okay, I found it. Sorry. Hold on. All right. So, here we go. This is kind of where it begins, okay? OR was founded as a startup by Yanni Sar Arteu, one of the many prospectors trying to strike it big in the Big Black. Unlike many of the others, Outer Ring Excavation struck riches when they encountered an obsidian ochre asteroid full of Noxium. It's supposed to say the shrewd businessman. Wow, that's an old typo. The shrewd businessman outmaneuvered the Galente Federation and his rivals, taking his small company and building the industrial powerhouse you see today. By YC 103, Yanni had become wealthy beyond imagination, and so largely retired. He handed over CEO to Orion Marshall, who by YC 105 became using their mercenary task force, Mortis Legion, to strike against the Serpentis, while the Angels were unable to mount a serious defense. Soon the Legion backed off. Or while the Angels were not able to mount a serious defense, soon the Legion backed off. Over time, the relationship between the Legion and OR declined. In YC 108, Serpentis struck back. Hold on, so that would be... So... as the tie between OR Syndicate and Mortis Legion are on an all-time low, the populace of Pureblind region wonder whether or not about things to come. After only a few days in the region, it quickly becomes obvious that the presence of Mortis Legion pilots have decreased. A good thing, some might say, but not according to the local citizens I have spoken to. Although Mortis Legion is considered a pirate faction by the Empires, the people living close to them describe them as honorable, at times unpredictable pilots. Many fear that withdrawal of Mordu's forces will lead to destabilization of the area, leading to prone to what they consider pirates. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So Mordu's backs out, leaving them open, and then in YC-108, the Serpentis struck back, not with force, but with an acquisition. So in YC-108, disturbing rumors have been coming from the heart constellation of the Outer Ring region as the Serpentis continue their consolidation of the Outer Ring Excavations Corporation. Sources inside the organization has commented on increased traffic in material and goods, most flowing from the ore stations of 4C-TAC B7Z or X. In addition, Serpentis pilots have taken to patrolling routes of 4C-TAC B7X to PF-TAC 346, setting Federation officials on alert. PF-TAC 346, connected to the Orville system via Jumpgate, has seen several skirmishes involving Serpentis forces, including unsuccessful assault on a starbase anchored in the system. So Serpentis purchase ore and secretly become not secretly, but are now the leaders, or the majority shareholder of ore. Reportedly, Yanni was bitter about the loss of his company and blamed Orion's poor diplomacy with the Legion as primary catalyst that allowed it to happen. Ore has been held exclusively by the Serpentis to this day. Which brings us to the puppet masters of Ore, the Serpentis, a hugely wealthy tech giant based out of Serpentis Prime. The founder, Salvador Sarpati, is the brother of Santimoni Sarpati, who is the revenant mother of the Sisters of Eve. The Serpentis are most widely known for their production of illegal drugs. However, their powerful R&D corporation has had their hands in many pots over the years. In Operation Spectre, the Empires attempted to rally Capsuleers to discover the nature of highly guarded Serpentis research compounds. Eventually, the Serpentis agents escaped with whatever knowledge that was contained within. Even more recently, an SPC Seedler was captured, exposing the new technology for what it is that is now known as skins. In other words, so skins were actually originally a Serpentis cloaking technology, like a smuggling technology that allowed them to disguise themselves as other, branded ships, and then it became commercialized for us. On the Singularity test server, Operation Frostline sites can be found sort of blah, 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 blah. Is this the end of the story? Okay. So, got it. So from there, let me see if my... I should have something on Yanni. Maybe not. Upwell. Okay. So, darn it. I wish this part was more... I thought I had done one of these parts way better than this already. But, so, okay. In 2015... Upwell Consortium is founded, right? So this is the return of Yanni. Yanni shows back up as the chairman of this new group, which brings together Kemaltech, Intaki Bank, Zoran Sons, Eifer & Co., Mordu's Legion, and Yatiri, and Dulcia Foundry. And then they get a small arms contract with Aegis. And then by November 30th, 2015, we have, wait a minute, hold on. What? Hold on. This has got to be not in the right timeline. Yeah, this is not the correct timeline. Yeah, this is way later. Ignore this part. So yeah, Upwell's founded. A couple days later, or a little bit later, Ore is purchased by Upwell. And when that happens, do I have the YouTube video?
Mordu's Legion and our combined forces have launched simultaneous attacks on key Serpentis-controlled ore stations across the Outer Ring region. The assaults appear to have captured all stations in swift, surgical executed operations, with most of the fighting already winding down. The same tactic was applied during all of the captures. Mordus used their fast ships to warp in and immediately throw out warp disruption fields to prevent any escapes. The importance that Mordu ships seem to have placed on destroying all ships attempting to escape somewhat contradicts the statement released by the Upwell Consortium today, stating that the main objective of the operation was to return the control of the stations and Or itself to the rightful owner and founder of Or, Yanni Sar Arteo. Once the space had been secured, shuttles carrying our combined mercenary forces warped in and entered the stations. In most cases, the station personnel surrendered without a fight. It is expected that Or will announce it is joining the Upwell Consortium as a full partner later today. This is Lena Amber, reporting for The Scope.
All right. So, from there, they announced their citadels. That's cool. Hold on. Let's go to current timeline, actually. I think that actually has it. There we go. Okay. So, Upwell Consortium is founded, announces citadels, or is taken over, like, within 12 days. Then the next month, or like 16 days later, Serpentis Corporation strikes back against the Upwell Consortium. Ambushes on heavily armed Ducia Foundry mining convoys in the system of 3HQC TAC 6, L3 TAC XYO, and LG UX TAC 1. So Serpentis attacks one of the member groups of Upwell. And then the Serpentis fail to attack another ore mining platform, Kubera, in ANTAC G54. 2 weeks later, they sign a communications deal with Interbus and Impetus. That's fine. That's what establishes asset safety. Where was it? What's next? Yeah, okay. So then we have that Serpentis back and forth in late 2015, early 2016. So then in May 2016, we get concerns at military Serpentis military buildup past a DED, says federal intelligence sources. So there's this dossier, right? Basically, the FIO, the Federal Intelligence Office, has built this dossier on the Serpentis. The Serpentis are working on new capital ships, never before seen forces, right? And the FIO has all this information on it. So they build a dossier and they send it to the Federal Senate, right? Now, meanwhile, it would seem that Upwell was feeling around to get this dossier, or at least get information about the Serpentis. So this dossier falls into the hands of a senatorial staff member named Leopold I can't remember his last name, but named Leopold. And he brings it to his master, his boss, the Deathless. And the Deathless then turns around and sells that to Upwell, okay? Which then goes on to use that information to launch a subsequent further attacks upon the Serpentis, okay? So here's the dossier coming over to being passed to the DED. Let's see if this is actually going to give us anything. This is just about the Keep Star.
Fort Knox has been confirmed as the first Keepstar-class citadel to be constructed. Its final fitting and test firing were completed fighting on. Mounting attacks from its mission as clearly intended as force auxiliaries played a vital sea continues to maintain its and have already tensions came to light in a rogue broad.
Here it is.
The latest addition to capital ship warfare and have already been integrated into almost all large fleet operations. Continued rumors suggest that the Serpentis Corporation will introduce their own enhanced capital ship design soon, after their intentions came to light in a rogue broadcast made during the Amar Championships. Unconfirmed reports suggest that they will be making carriers, dreadnoughts, and even titans available to local capsuleers. This is Lena Amber, reporting for the...
Well, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because, like, we know that the Deathless is involved in all of this, and there's another broadcast hijack. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
The scope.
Anywho. Okay, so. Where was I? Okay, so then, 5 days after the dossier is known to be, or is reported to supposed to have been passed on, to the, or this is where the FIO lost control of the dossier. 5 days later, the Deathless pulls his troops off of Chantelli, citing an activation of the sovereign non-compete clause in their contract, which still doesn't quite make sense yet, but going on. After that, so shortly thereafter, the Scope News Network becomes independent. That's somewhat related. So then the... Oh, no. Okay, so here's when the dossier gets made. Let's look into this. Most concerning of all are credible reports of the developing of heavily armed and armored variant of the Federation's Erebus-class Titan following a rogue broadcast by the Serpentis Corporation during the ceremonies of the Amar succession trials. Okay, so the Serpentis were the ones that did the rogue broadcast, apparently. The FIO believe that the Serpentis Corporation and Angel Cartel have collaborated in the development of a ship designed as a Vanquisher-class Titan and reportedly understood to... The scope sources... Is there any... Here we go, at the top. Federal Intelligence Office has communicated its deep concerns at the nature and extent of a reported recent military buildup of Serpentis forces to Concord's Directive Enforcement Department, according to sources within the FIO. A dossier containing detailed analysis of the information available to the FIO is understood to have been passed to the DED. This contents are reported to confirm rumors of a massive buildup of Serpentis naval forces, including the construction and deployment of newly developed capital ships. Okay, so this is when the FIO dossier gets made, gets passed on to the DED, which is actually an interesting point. We might touch on that later. So then, Upwell Consortium expresses concerns. Upwell Consortium executives have warned that a buildup of Serpentis military forces and potential for increased criminal activity by the notorious Angel Cartel could lead to cluster-wide instability. Meeting for the TechUpCon 118 Technologies Summit and Expo of All Cameltech Research Center orbiting Ocelot 6, executive representatives from Upwell Consortium member corporations were relatively open about their concerns, echoing reports from sources within the Glente Federation's intelligence community. The Upwell Consortium security has been public eye for many months, with the capsuleer community in particular pressing Upwell for assurances of adequate safeguards with regard to Citadel technology. Director Lars and Ramons of Upwell's Department of Friendship and Mutual Assistance responsible for security policy and support between consortium members, have returned from a tour of Upwell installations in the outer regions. Although present at closed sessions of TechUpCon 118, Director Enraman was unavailable for comment. Impetus considers the scope partner, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is there any hints about... No. Okay. So the Upwell is obviously concerned about the Serpentis buildup by this point. So then, 2 days later, Concord confirms the rumors. However, in that confirmation, it says the scope approached the DED Brigadier General Ordu Koreachi. So the DED Brigadier General Ordu Koreachi, who has seen the dossier, for a statement earlier this morning, and he has issued a brief response, or supposedly has seen the dossier. While he could neither confirm nor deny the sightings of tech, he urged Capsuleers not to take matters into their own hands and instead report any unusual activities to the DED. The unusual statement from General Korachi follows unconfirmed reports of a stolen copy of the FIO dossier on the Serpentis military buildup making its way into the hand of an entity known only as the Deathless. While being confused as to the exact status of the Deathless, these reports allege that the identifier was used in the hiring of several military corporations previously active on the planet Chandeli. When questioned on this matter, Korachi refused to comment. So, yeah. So by this point, the FIO dossier is very likely in the hands... well, it's definitely in the hands of the Deathless. Likely soon in the hands of Upwell, which we see the next day, the very next day, the scope can now confirm earlier rumors of an attack on an Guardian Angel capital shipyard in low orbit of Serpentis Prime 7. Initial reports of the strike surfaced several hours ago after a number of distress calls were intercepted and recorded by Federation Navy tripwire border posts in the Elirel constellation of Solitude. However, the situation remained unclear until the footage in the aftermath began to arrive in the scope less than an hour ago. So, yeah. Both the Directive Enforcement Department and the Federal Intelligence Office has declined to comment on the situation after a number of vessels bearing the marks of Intara direct action were spotted on Solitude earlier today. So, going back to what we just saw, Intara Direct Action was one of the military groups that the Deathless is, I guess, a broker for, and was involved in this attack. So the Deathless has the dossier, attacks this capital shipyard through this proxy, or through this agent, I should say. And on we go. So then Upwell gets criticized. So Upwell gets called out for these attacks. Believed to have been carried out by Intara Direct Action and Ostracon Agency, which again, two groups that were pulled off of there. Ostracon Agency, important to note too. So believed to have been carried out by Intara Direct Action and Ostracon Agency, these raids have been primarily focused on Serpentis shipyards to be rumored to be constructing a new breed of capital ships bearing similarities to Gallente designed vehicles. So Upwell gets criticized for those attacks. Upwell gets pressured to hand over Serpentis data. Now, what's really weird about this, guys, Federation and Republic have added the formal support of the Direct Enforcement Department mandate issued this morning that demands the handover of all seized technology blueprint research equipment that were provided the Upworld Consortium by private military contractors after a series of raids of Serpentis corporations. Okay, I get it. So it's actually the things recovered that they want. I thought that was the information. During the morning hearings, Serpentis Corporation and cartel allies pose the most significant The safety and security of Gallente citizens is of paramount importance, and the federal government takes matters into interstellar security incredibly seriously. We will not stand by and watch for-profit consortium of corporations toy with the safety of Gallente people by holding back intelligence on enemy capabilities that could be vital to bolstering the security of the federal borders against the potential attack. What's weird about that is that, by that logic, like, the FIO, the DED already has the FIO dossier, so they have the information. But they must have gotten more information since then through these raids. So then Concord and Upwell agrees on a technology sharing deal with Scope News. So since Scope is now independent, Scope can be the broker. This opens up the Scope News Agency and, of course, the Shadow of the Serpent event. We attack the Serpents. That's successful. DED's happy. Coronation. Technology sharing involving Ascension. SOE bypass Concord's treaties. Alpha clones. Drifter attacks. Where is it? Inner Circle and SOE agree protocol transfer project discovery. Loss of convoy. Where's the change? Rogue swarm alert. Ah, here we are. So then in 2017, 7/14, Scope Network ownership formally divested Capsuleer job broking business. This is when the Scope hands it over to this is when the Scope became agency. Don't the Serpentis have a Lapitan? Or Iapatan? I think so, yeah. So it says one source speaking to Impetus reporters, which remember, Impetus is part of Upwell. One source speaking of Impetus reporters via encrypted identity masking hologram provided documents indicating that the consortium includes Ostacron Agency and Intara Direct Action private military corporations. So it's kind of interesting that, like, you know, so Impetus is part of Upwell. They're still doing this stuff. Ostacron Agency and Intara Direct Action, private military corporations. That's the people who Upwell used to raid. So yeah. So Upwell used two paramilitary corporations through Deathless to attack Serpentis shipyards. Upwell gets criticized for this, and so Upwell's information is instead distributed through a third-party broker system, Scope. 1 year later, the two mercenary corporations that Upwell used to make the attacks in the first place become the new leaders of the brokering business. That's fun. That seems like a neat little connection. So then, you know, the agency launches, all that sort of stuff. Now, so yeah, both of the Serpentis attacks happened during there's Shadow of the Serpent and then Operation Frostline. When was Operation Frostline? This is a rogue swarm alert. That's Valkyrie. When was Operation Frostline? Operation Frostline. 2015. Oh. Really? November 26th. Huh. I think... I don't remember how this all played out. Starting on the 8th. I don't have anything from the 8th. Maybe there was something on the 8th. Let's go look. Do you think that the Deathless is a clone of Sancha Kavaki? No, I think the Deathless is the Fiend. There is nothing then. Huh. Okay. What is the coalesced element? Is it abandoned lore? I don't know if it's abandoned lore. It's a Chekhov's gun, right? It's a locked box. I don't know whether or not it has a meaning yet, but like abandoned implies that they had an idea for it and it got thrown away and now they don't know what to do with it or something like that, which I guess theoretically could be true. But I think it's more like it's there for when they need it. However, the problem is that now it's gone for so long that there's so many of them in existence, and most of them are with Arydanika Research Consortium, that would be very, very difficult for them to do anything with them that wouldn't just be finished or beaten or whatever by the Upwell or by Arydanika Research Consortium like instantly, right? If there is a challenge, if there is something to build, whatever it is, if there was a thing that made it valuable all of a sudden, Upwell Consortium, Arydanika Research Consortium would have a significant upper hand. Where are the scope videos? Scope. So they got to solve that problem. Here we go. Okay, so oh, this is interesting. Let's check this out.
Mordu's Legion and our combined forces have launched simultaneous attacks on key Serpentis-controlled ore stations across the Outer Ring region. The assaults appear to have captured all stations in swift, surgical executed operations, with most of the fighting already winding down. The same tactic was applied during all of the captures. Mordus used their fast ships to warp in and immediately throw out warp disruption fields to prevent any escapes.
Oh, wait.
The importance that Mordu ships seem to have placed on destroying all ships...
We watched this one already. This is the one we watched. Okay, great. So... right? This is the one we watched already, right? Yeah, okay, good. So Upwell exists by this point. I thought there was like a... either way. So then... okay, hold on. Let's take a step back. This was November 27th. So November 27th. Okay, so Upwell. Oh boy, this is kind of hard to pull apart. Upwell is founded on November 18th of 2015. So, oh, I see what happened. Okay. So, Operation Frostline was when Upwell took over Ore. And then Shadow of the Serpent was like 5 months later when Upwell received the capital shipyard information and attacked. Okay? Who is the Fiend? The Fiend is a Caldari terrorist. Hold on. We'll take an aside on that one. This one's quick. Annie Onakori. 10 years ago, security forces in the... Now, mind you, this is like from 2017 or 2003 or something like that. So, yeah. This is from as early as the game starts. So, around 1993, so, what, 30 years ago? Oh, God, I'm old. Anyway, 30 years ago, security forces in Caldari system of Surican destroyed a civilian ship. The headquarters of Hasiota Caldari Corporation are located in the system. The ship was found trespassing and refused to change course despite numerous warnings and was blown up in the end. All but one of the radicals were killed when the ship blew up, and the only survivor on the ship was Aki Anakori, protected by his capsule. Among the dead was his wife. Anakori swore that the death of his wife and companions would be avenged, and in the decades since the incident, he made vows to come true through several terrorist attacks. Anakori seldom goes by his real name and is best known to the public by his name Fiend, a play on word in his name in Caldari. In the past few years, his twisted ideology has mutated from one of innocent anarchy to blood crusade against the authority in any form. Early in his focus, first and foremost, was the pharmaceutical industries. So he doesn't like the drugs, and he doesn't like Concord, and specifically Sorrow. And so that really, like, first of all, that paints a picture for the Deathless already, right? But then the other thing is that in during this whole time, while this is all happening, like during the coronation time, that's when during Sine Wave Alpha and Sine Wave Omega, Sakuni is going and like assassinating the guy to stop them from discovering Project Ascension too early, and then eventually assassinates the leader of Project Ascension before Tayakira is taken away by the road drones, right? But that guy, Sakuni, in the first one, is coordinating with Anakoni, or whatever his name is. Anakori. He talks about, he names Anakori in his message. And then later on, he refers to it again, and they talk about some plans, and there's some other stuff there. There's a whole thing about it. But the point is that the Fiend comes back up. He wasn't really mentioned very much for a long time, but then he comes up during this time period. And so, given the fact that the Fiend has a mutual, very, very similar interests to the Deathless, and the fact that the Fiend is the only one in his family to have not died during the attack, that makes him the Deathless one, right? So I believe that Anakori is going to be revealed as the Deathless. They could theoretically bring No, Master Kuvaki is back. Master Kuvaki is back. We just don't know if Master Kuvaki is who he says he is. All right. Did I have anything else to cover there? I think we did. Okay, so then comes this.
As expected, after last week's recovery of ore stations from Serpentis control, ore has joined its liberator, the Upwell Consortium. Despite the overwhelming success of the operation, carried out by Mordu's Legion on behalf of Upwell,
That's
there
just
are
a theory, a
persistent
game
rumors
theory.
that the few Serpentis ships that managed to escape the onslaught took with them a considerable amount of valuable ore assets. Most notable are the very first blueprint copies of the Endurance ice mining frigates, developed under Ore's Frostline brand. The Endurance, seen here during its trials, is designed to mine ice in extremely hostile environments. Cloaking optimizations allow it to operate unprotected in null-sec and even shattered wormhole systems. It is also able to fit a new type of extremely efficient ice mining laser, developed in conjunction with the Endurance, providing the first frigate-class ice miner. Scope sources claim that Ore expects the Endurance to do well when it hits the market, fulfilling the needs of the more adventurous entrepreneurs. However, the mining tech company still has great concerns that the Serpentis are in possession of some of their most advanced technology. This is Alton Hovery, reporting for the Scope.
Okay, so they attack the Serpentis. They're afraid they have technology. They send us out to go get them. All right.
Still recovering from recent attacks, the Serpentis are given no quarter, as Mordu's Legion, on behalf of the Upwell Consortium, has just released the following message.
Capsuleers, Operation Frostline has been sanctioned. The Serpentis...
I forgot how bad this one was. Oh my god. All right. Let's enjoy this one together.
Recovering from recent attacks, the Serpentis are given no quarter, as Mordu's Legion, on behalf of the Upwell Consortium, has just released the following message.
Capsuleers, Operation Frostline has been sanctioned. The Serpentis believe they could steal from us without retaliation. They were wrong. More Serpentis hideouts confirmed to be holding stolen goods are constantly being uncovered. If they have been discovered in your system, then their location will be displayed in your overview. The Operation Frostline targets have been designated as weapons-free combat zones against Serpentis assets. Be careful and be prepared. The Serpentis specialize in delivering thermal and kinetic damage, but they are also vulnerable to the same kind of damage, so fit your ships accordingly. As a token of our appreciation for your help in eradicating this nuisance, we, the Upwell Consortium, have agreed to regard any items retrieved as just reward for your efforts. Do your part in making New Eden a better world and kill them. Kill them all!
While most consider Operation Frostline an ingenious means for Upwell to deliver another blow against the
God, I love that
Serpentis,
one so
there are
much.
those who have
I've
raised
forgotten all about
concerns
that.
about the sudden concentration of power building up behind the Upwell Consortium.
Kill
This
them!
is Lena Amber, reporting for the Scope.
Kill them all! Okay, guys, hold on. Hold on. If we're going to be talking about Eve's worst trailers, I always am showing off, like, the good ones. Let's find... Alright, hold on. It's, Eve Awakening, I think. Eve Awakening. Oh god, it is. Alright. Alright. I haven't played this one for you guys in a long time, so it's time. We can do it again. Ready? Ready? This is... CCP legitimately released this. People ask, why has it taken 20 years for CCP to come up with a good MPE? I offer Exhibit A.
You're awake. Your vitals are stabilizing nicely. Consciousness came through fully intact. It's always disorientating the first time. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
It's the death stare that gets me.
Right. Since you're not going anywhere just yet, let me show you a part of your new life. At this level, no quarter is given. There's a great deal of opportunity out there, but a great deal of danger as well. Money, power, politics, betrayal. All in a lifetime's work. Of course, you're going to have slightly more time than that. Well, pilot, what are you waiting for?
Like, what a delivery, right? Like, what? Just nailed the role. All right, just for that, I'm now going to play Causality. And then we can get back onto some sort of track, I guess. This was the trailer that got me into the game, man.
They say you should dig 2 graves before embarking on a journey of revenge. That may be true in the real world, but not in EVE Online. In this universe, time is on your side to settle scores. This could be you, and you're about to become the victim of a brutal ambush. The attackers are with a notorious alliance.
I do, so actually I want to pause real quick and go back, because I was talking to Riley the other day, I think it was just yesterday, because we were talking about the new Rifter redesign. He was advocating for the Merlin to get a redesign. And I was like, it still looks pretty good and all that stuff. He's like, it's so old. And I just noticed, like, this is exactly what the Rifter looks like now. Like, this video, which is 12 years old, this is exactly what the Merlin looks like now.
This could be you, and you're about to become the victim of a brutal ambush. The attackers are with a notorious alliance. You're lured into a trap and then destroyed. But in EVE, death is a fresh start. You're reborn, and it's time for some payback. If you know anything, it's that alliances are held together by trust. You break that trust, you break the alliance.
It's an important lesson.
Those pirates were just one corporation among dozens under the same flag. Altogether, that's thousands of people. So you befriend one member, and then another. Soon you're invited to join them. The bad guys have no idea you're part of the team now. You start moving up the ranks. You're given privileged information. Access to the Alliance war chest. They're counting on you for leadership. They've come to trust you.
Old UI is old.
So now it's time to make a choice. You can keep building power, or you can take your revenge. The fate of an empire rests with you. The moment is yours. You decide to take it. Their wealth, their assets, even their territory. The heist is flawless. Without firing a single shot, you've brought an entire alliance to its knees. In just days, it falls to a rival. The decisions you made changed the entire map and the course of events for thousands of others. At every step in your journey, the outcome was always in motion. Because in EVE, your path is unscripted and your choices have meaning. They will make an impact. So what would you do with that kind of power? Play the game and find out for yourself. EVE Online.
Now, just in case, my dear viewers, you are concerned about this poor alliance that got completely screwed over because this one guy got robbed by, or got killed by some of the dudes at one point in low sec. You know, if you're feeling bad for that alliance, don't worry, guys, because if you look in the Eve Prophecy trailer,
from the formless void, there springs an entity more primordial than the elements themselves. In its wake, they will follow a storm.
The prophecy is true. The heretics have constructed the gate.
yeah, that's what I'm demonstrating. Drekker Alliance. See? So Drekker Alliance shows up again in Prophecy.
Commanders, it is the dawn of a new era.
I don't think it shows their logo, but either way. So then you see that, and then I guess Uprising.
Empire.
Relationship.
Time has come for the Federation to rise and liberate my fellow citizens.
Oh yeah, because the Drekker Alliance's logo
are being slaughtered in this outrageous invasion. We stand ready to confront any aggression against.
I'm concerned about the modern music. But yes, no, the Drekker Alliance logo is on the Uprising ship. Or the ship that was... It's the Alliance logo that was used in the picture. Not in the main one, it's in the teaser. Oh yeah, you're right. I remember what you're talking about. I'm not playing this one. Nope, shh. There it is, right there. There's the Drekker Alliance logo. There's the Drekker Alliance logo. Yeah. No, I think it's just like CCP's stand-in for player alliances, so that way they don't actually use anybody's real player alliance. All right. Trying to think if there's anything left to think about with it when it comes to the Serpentis recently. After that, it gets sticky into the whole like Deathless thing. So. Yeah, have you never seen these, Jeff? Have you never seen these in game? You can. You actually can do that as a player. You can do formation warp. That's one of the formations you can do. Okay. I know. The shipyard thing. I get it. What? I just got a google.com is blocked. I don't even know what that means. Like, so weird. Okay, that worked. Okay, well, I'm just gonna lose my mind, I guess. Butterfly effect is really good. Where are they? Mission assets? You want some space farms? I've always wanted them to turn PI into like a, almost like a Farmville type thing. You know, like a colony that you go and check on and build new buildings for and progress and level up and build. You can build more and more complex things over time. Coming in to milk the space cows, yeah. Which trailer is it? The one that has This Is Eve. Aderon is absolutely recruiting. Is something wrong? If you've put in an application on the website and you haven't heard back for over 24 hours, just go ahead and DM me. Yeah, Jeff, that's the dream, isn't it? To be able to build your own city and then have those locations be the locations for the shooter. Actually, that's what I wrote about in the Crystal Ball writing, which was that like they should release the shooter, but basically we can build the insides of our structures. And so like as the fight on the outside of the Citadel's happening, like when a structure goes into a timer, when the structure comes out of a timer, the fight actually happens both in space and in the structure. So in space, you have the carriers with their support fighters that are bringing clones in from their crews. That's how you have extra clones from the inside. On the inside, there's 3 control points. The control points keeps, gives the shield's resistances, removes or it maintains the shield's damage cap, or resistances, damage cap, and weapon systems, right? So if you can control the 3 points, you basically leave the structure dead in the water. Meanwhile, if the carriers get destroyed, the carriers are the things carrying the clones, so they have so many clones in them. So you only have as many backup clones as you have, supporting carriers. And if they take down the clones or take down the carriers or take them off, force them off the grid, then the amount of clones that you have in the shooter goes down, right? And so with very simple interactions, you can make a battle that literally takes place on both fronts, where success in one influences the other. And I think that's good because structure timers already give this kind of set time, so that way everybody knows to be there, both the shooter people and the space people. Yeah, the Setonia, we were just reading the other day Xenocracy, which is an amazing chronicle when it comes to exactly how terrible Capsuleers are. But effectively, the entire story of Xenocracy is just a guy moving his PI colony. You don't have players fight the shooters. They would also... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can have automated defense systems, too. Absolutely. Or you could hire NPC guards.
Drive active.
I just think it'd be interesting if you could actually, like, build up and build out and customize the inside of your structures. Yeah, no, that's what that was the intent, is a merc system. You can put up a contract. So like from the mercenary standpoint, all they see is they open up their mercenary page and they see a bunch of contracts for time, location, reward, and person offer, group offering it, right? And they can just pick, yep, I want to be on that contract. Or I actually would like to see it where rather than individuals go for that, it would be a group, right? A merc corporation, not necessarily individuals, because that way you don't have individuals that say that they'll be there and then they are not. But a group can agree to be there. And there could be some sort of UI that facilitates that agreement. Well, the original intent of walking in stations was to allow us to make our own customized captain's quarters as well. They were designed, allegedly, to be modular originally.
Warp drive active.
Right, yeah. I think that, an alliance or a corporation will hire a corporation, not a ragtag group of individuals. Because then a corporation will have a record and a history. And I think that it's easier to have a corporation be bound to its history than it is for an individual to be bound by its history. Mostly because a corporation with zero history is a little bit more suspicious than a person with no history. So the goal here today, guys, is that I really want the Explorer skin. And I'm almost done. And I've tried a lot of these other things, and that's fine. And I was going to yeet to nullsec, but I noticed that, like, I don't have the career agents done yet. So we're just going to bounce over here to the newbie starter zone and just knock out all this exploration career agents real quick. And get a box, hopefully. I am in faction warfare, so there is an above 0% chance that this could go hilarious, but I would be very surprised if the Caldari were camping the newbie starter zone for faction warfare members. So let's just say that if somebody comes out in here that's a war target, they stream snipe me. How about that? Epi07! I really hope they fix career agents. A bunch of them actually have wrong information. They've been fixing them a lot. Wait, hold on. How old is your information that the career agents are wrong? Because like they've been changing them a lot and pretty frequently. Yeah, it's. Have you not seen the new career agents? So what I'm wait a minute. No, this isn't a career agent system. This is a starter system. I messed up. Hold on. Where is the career? Oh. Tutorial system. Career. Oh my God. I knew it was wrong. I knew that was wrong. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Well. What about this one? Ah, good. Close. And away we go.
Warp drive active.
I see them change the graphics for them, but the content was the same. No, they changed a lot of subtle things, like the things that were wrong. They don't tell players webbing an NPC will get you concorded anymore. I'd have to check that exact thing. But like I said, I know that they came out with a bunch of the new MPE, and then they have fixed stuff throughout the text in the MPE basically every single patch since. So, if you have things that are still wrong, I would strongly recommend bug reporting them or talking to their team about it. Sutonia, you want to give me any hints about the 19th? Since last time I said such things, it actually worked out. Yeah. Bug report, bug report, bug report. Because remember, even if something is already bug reported, you putting in a bug report with your information and your perspective might be the clue that makes it so that they can figure out what's going wrong with everybody. You never know what data point is going to be the thing that lets you suddenly realize what's going on. You can only say no comment. Does this have anything to do with the wreck that if you loot from it, no matter what, you're suspect? Maybe. Maybe. I actually have no idea. I think you've probably seen my theories about it. That was my headset. All right, so what I'm going to do, because there's all these different signatures, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to launch my probes and cloak up. And then we're just going to run a scan of basically the entire system. Well, a small chunk of the system. We're going to see how many of these things we can get locked in and real quick.
Warp drive active.
A lot of them. Data, relic, cosmic signature. Wait, where's the gas training site? Gas training site. I'm just going to pre-scan everything. How freaked out they would be if I scanned them down their missions. You know, there's a reasonable chance that they wouldn't even notice, as it turns out.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, I should have all of the sites. It's crazy how oblivious you can be in this game. And not like a negative thing about the person. It's crazy how easily things can be happening near you or around you, and you just have no input about it. Yeah, like you have no information from it. Like Eve's biggest battle could be happening one system away, and you'd be like, "Derp-a-der."
Warp drive active.
Knock these out. I do like the fact that you have to like pilot around the boulders now. As an Iridia resident, I'm mad about how many supercaps have gone down a few systems away without me noticing. Yeah, I feel ya. Oh, by the way, guys, I have a new theory about the second expansion this year. I think I know what it is. Okay? So just a reminder, the picture is of Katniss Tashmerkon with her hands up high with the Golden Fleet in front of her. It's one of the final frames from the Uprising trailer. But I actually think that this is a clue. The Empress is Katniss Tashmerkon. So one of the things I've been beating the drum about for a while now is the idea that the Tashmerkon is going to invade Stain through the Stargate, right? So think about it this way. We finish up, we do faction warfare, right? This culminates, or like really, like all of this faction campaign stuff climaxes in the release of the Transmuters. Great. We now have faction warfare. We have the allegiance system. We have all this stuff set up. Now what? Well, now we start applying this stuff to more things. How do we do that? Well, the Caldari took Syndicate peacefully. What if Tashmerkon takes Stain aggressively? And so I think that that is Tashmerkon. That's a hint that Tashmerkon is going to, that is related to Tashmerkon's invasion of Stain. There you go. That's my theory. Because if you remember from my video, I was very not certain about my stuff because I was so focused on I was so focused on it, whether or not it was the shooter, that I didn't even think about the Tashmerkon connection. That Amar lack a nullsec a faction aligned with them as well? Wait, what? Oh. Like the Syndicate? Who does the Caldari have aligned with? Wait. But to what end? They want territory, man. Katniss has been working on this for like 4 years. She intentionally gave, when she divided up the kingdom and their territories, with the right of two swords or whatever it was. When she did that, she actually intentionally gave her kind of political enemies, Sauron and Ardashapur, kind of the worst, the most extensive lot of land to like have to deal with, the most work, and gave her forces, Tashmerkon, her family, kind of the smallest territory to be responsible for, but also nestled them up right next to where the Stain Gate eventually got built, which was also ordered by her. Which, you know, CCP has called it a meme by some people, but, or like people have called it a meme, but like, it's not a meme to them. I'll put it that way. So it's just like how CCP mentioned the gate to Stain in the talk, right? There were 4 Stargates made, but the only one that they like thought about when they referred to it was the Stain one. Not the one that reconnects Solitude, not the one that reconnected or Mimitar to Concord, not the one that reconnected Caldari to Amar. Stain Gate. So and I mean, the Amar seem kind of primed for some expansionism, don't they? Right. I think that the goal here is to kind of decouple the concept of faction borders, right? That the factions can be living entities that can attack each other and can have things happen. We could take territory from them. They could take territory from us. Who knows?
Warp drive active.
Oh. Oh, no, never mind. The trig had been too quiet for too long. I still think that the stabilization of Pokfin cannot complete until all structures have been removed from the domain of Pokkin. Upwell's presence is disruptive to the flow of Viraj. It really makes no sense to have empires actually act like they exist without the possibility of attacking Capsuleers and Null. Yeah. Could happen. The thing is that there'd have to be some sort of reward for it, right? Like, one of the things I thought about before was, like, what if the Drifters could attack in Null and take territory and then, like, seed out from there? And, yeah, you'd have to defend against them, but if you could beat them back to their own territory, you'd be able to break down into their hives and then destroy their hives and get new tech out of it. A new zombie group to fight the Trigs. So, Sancha? I mean, Sancha would be the correct answer. They're kind of a zombie group, and they are against the Trigs.
Warp drive active.
I do like the new environments a lot. Oh no! I need a relic analyzer! No! I need a relic analyzer. Let's go home.
Warp drive active.
I thought sites stayed open. I guess I thought that the data sites and relic sites stayed open and just respawn the thing inside. Oh well. That's why I scanned them at first.
Docking request accepted.
Hey, your QA. Is there a reason why the Buster doesn't have a faction or a logo set yet? All the rest of the ships of its same class do.
Warp drive active.
How many points is this getting me? Bowing. I'm gonna fly away. Am I gonna fly out of range? No. Okay, good. That civilian analyzer dough.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
Yeah, my dream is to play in a game of Stellaris in which I'm a character while the Empires are playing their game of Stellaris, right? And I can influence it by being an actor within the whole orchestration. But we're not like the people running the show, per se. I keep seeing the chat move, but it's Discord, not you guys. Gas, right? Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Does anybody remember when data sites were radar? Relic sites were... I thought gas was LADAR. Maybe relic was gravimetric? I thought gravimetric was ore. Can't activate it. Oh, right. Key.
Warp drive active.
Intelligent AI that can make decisions for the Empires would be pretty awesome. Yep, and it's something they've been working on for a while. A long while. Magnometric. There you go. Yeah, so Magnometric was one of them. Magnometric might have been data. I don't remember. But it used to be that each of the different types were one of the different site types. And then they eventually named it to make them less confusing.
Request accepted.
Magnetometric. There you go. Right. Or sites aren't even signatures anymore. But once upon a time.
Warp drive active.
Oh, so close! I'm so close! How many points is this going to be worth? 15. How many do I need? Oh no, it's not going to be enough! Damn it. Guess I get to yeet out to nullsec then.
Warp drive active.
Once again, I wish that shading, like, I wish the collapse stayed collapsed.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Give me something. There we go. Okay. Claim. Oh no. All right, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Nullsec in 5 different regions. I can do another 25 project discovery. I could enter gas sites. We could do that. How many points is this? 15. How many more do I need? 40. I need 15. We got to go find 4 gas sites in low-sec. It's either that or go into wormhole or null-sec. So let's go to low-sec. Let's go to Intaki. Wait. Before we go... Gosh darn it. I'm just going to minimize the chat for now. See if that helps. Oh, that's right. There's a direct jump to Intaki now.
Active.
What about wormholes? They're much easier to find. What are you talking about? I have yeet filaments right here. We're just dinking around today. It's okay. We're just having fun today. It's funny. So this whole thing started because I was like, well, what skin works best for the Astero for doing Galente stuff? I was like, well, it'd have to be like a green, like the teal green of Galente. And so I looked at them, and the one I liked the most was Aspirant Explorer. But I don't have... See, like that's a good green. But I don't have Aspirant Explorer. Why not? So that's what brought me on this journey. I also never got any of the friendship skins, which makes me super sad.
Warp drive active.
Entering wormholes? Nullsec in 5 different regions. Highsec, lowsec. I don't see any... Wormholes. I already have all the wormholes stuff.
Warp drive active.
Yep, I already have all the wormhole stuff. Who are you? Intaki Business Logistics Union. Ah. I'd also love it if I could drop some Marines or drones into an object in space. Then it would load a mini game that uses the Company of Heroes engine. That'd be kind of funny. I have advocated for a while now that CCP put in a bunch of just like totally cosmetic interactions. So like locations where you could go and complete a mission that effectively is repeatable. It gives you no reward, or like it takes in one type of human or like one type of commodity and gives you back another type of commodity. And that's it. No other reward. So like you can turn in a slave and get back, you know, a worker or something like that, right? A civilian. You can turn in a civilian and get a slave depending on where you go to, right? Like I think, you know, you don't even need to have any like actual cosmetic changes or sorry, actual like value to the game. Just make it so people can do it if they want to. Slaves into exotic dancers. Hell yeah. Why not? Dance. Yeah, the role players would love that. There are people that would just spend their life going around and finding all of the slaves and bringing them in and freeing them. I know this because there are people that are just sitting around waiting for that to be true that still already have their giant pile of slaves that they've, like, in their mind freed one way or another. I freed them with my mind. All right. Urshikan already does that kind of thing. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, corpses into exotic matter. I think that you should be able to turn in corpses to certain corporations as a commodity because they turn it into biomass, right? Like, oh god, I can't remember the cloning companies now. I almost said Creodrome, but that's not it. Corpses into Quaif. Ah, that one's good. I get that reference. Quaif, the official soft drink of the Tristan engineering team. Oh, hey, first try, gas site. Sweet. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Quaif was once caught using biomass as a secret ingredient in one of their drinks, and the creator of the Tristan cannibalized his partner. Nanites, right? I think the description says something about the Quaif Zero. Multiply by the power of 0, if I remember correctly. As a Capsuleer, you are immortal. You have an eternity to seize your destiny. Shouldn't you have a soft drink that can perform as well as you? Quaif thinks so. That's why we've developed Quaif Zero. Using the latest and cutting-edge biotechnology, our industry-leading scientists have reverse-engineered Quaif Zero from compounds found only in sleeper vessels. Quaif Zero is fortified with the proprietary mix of performance enhancers, oxidizers, and natural fruit juices designed to push your abilities to the limit. The secret is our patented fulloferrocene nanite delivery system, which attaches our exclusive ProCapsuleer formula directly to the neurons you want, not the ones you don't. The result is an immediate and direct boost to your performance with 0 drawbacks. Quaif Zero. Multiply your eternity by 0.
Warp drive active.
Fine print. Oh, oh god. What does the fine print say? I forgot about the fine print. Looks like a scary facility. But did it count? That's the question. I think it did. Uh... Let's go.
Warp drive active.
I bet they use capsular corpses to make the nanites. Well, I'm a bit worried about that, you know, since they use soft drink-induced nano controllers to influence elections. I don't know. Quaif is sus. All right, let's see. Fine print. Quaif Zero is a product of the Quaif Company. Quaif does not condone or use of boosters or other illicit substances. The Quaif Company disavows responsibility for any side effects caused by consuming sleeper technology. Warning, Quaif Zero is designed for capsular use only. Side effects experienced by non-capsulars includes but are not limited to dizziness, blindness, nausea, internal hemorrhaging, IBS, sleepwalking, amnesia, sexual deviancy, visual changes, acute epidermal sloughing, partial or total loss of motor control, and minor skin rash. Quaif Zero is manufactured in the Phoenix constellation. Regrettably, this star is still blue. Yet another star that we were never given a chance to chew on. Which means that the Serpentis have access to sleeper tech? Well, I mean, potentially. But also the Quaif... I don't think I can justify a connection between Serpentis and Quaif. Quaif is more connected to things like Lidi and Upwell. That would be pretty cool, Jeff. Phoenix Constellation, Serpentis Space. Oh. 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 Serpentis is connected to Syndicate, though, and Quaif is also connected to Syndicate. Well, yeah, but by that definition, Upwell's also... Oh, God. So Upwell is against the Serpentis, but Upwell has the Intaki Bank as one of its members. I'm done. I'm out. I'm good. It's the War of a Million Lies. I'm done. We're done. We're never going to figure out Eve lore. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just all go home.
Warp drive active.
I am going to play an ad because I've forgotten all about those. Could just be a House of Cards type things, the same way that the Kaldari courts fight each other. Oh yeah. No, there's an intimate, like, network. There's a web of connections and conspiracy, I think. Yeah, no, I've threatened to make one of those cork boards several times. But there's a lot. But the idea that Upwell was interested in attacking the Serpentis prior to Upwell Consortium, or what? Why didn't this count? Why didn't this count? I warped to a gas site. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Did I? I didn't.
Drive active.
Now, wait a minute. Now I most certainly am in the gas site. Do I have to decloak? What counts? What is this place? No, this is the Jaspit deposit. No, I was at the gas site.
Warp drive active.
The affair of the designer drug called Rise and the Aloran organization revealed Serpentis schemes with the Intaki Society and the Federation, perhaps aided by their sometimes associate in the Intaki. Could be. Could be. What? Why is this not counting? I'm in a gas site. I don't have to kill the rats, do I?
Warp drive active.
Is it? No, because I got the... No, because I was at 4 or 5, the last one. Like, I wrote it off that the last one, the first one was, I already had, or, you know, I'd gotten it. But I had 4 or 5 when I jumped into a goes. And I just warped to this gas site at least once. And I'm still at 4 or 5. So we'll find one more, see if it happens again. Because I know they've been messing with the like the victory like what counts. So I hope they didn't make it so you have to like complete the site now. Fair enough. We're going to find out. We're just going to keep on looking. You have to mine gas? You huff gas. If there was going to be an Eve movie made by someone who couldn't screw it up, what story would you want told, either from the game lore or from the players? Probably Empyrean Age. It has the most like intrigue and visually striking. It's a long story. Ship spinning stations. Oh, there's the Galente Operations Center. Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, good. The maintenance, they're fixing the apartment next door. I should be wrapping things up soon anyways. Hey, another gas site. If you're not aware, USEABLE is the worst possible person to make a movie about anything ever. I mean, unless you want to just make money. All right, warp to 30.
Warp drive active.
Let's make this happen. He does, though. He makes a shit ton of money. Hey! Discounted, by the way. Excellent.
Warp drive active.
Boom. Hey, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, son. All right. Where is... Hey, there they are. There they are. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Bam. Excellent. And I think that that should make it so that I can just come in here and turn it on. Yay! We accomplished something today, guys. We actually did something today. This does look pretty cool. Wait a minute. One of the things I did notice about this, hold on. Look, the field. See the field of, like, the disruption field in the Estero? Hold on. Oh, the field, like, disappears, or close. Well, you can see the ripples along the edges. Normally, it's much more present than that. Okay, well, yeah, that's weird. Either way, I got what I want. Without further ado, I think I'm going to call it here, guys, because I got to go to the bathroom and things to do. Who doesn't want to see Otro Gurieshi be crushed to death by Nyx? Exactly! There's so many cool things. There's so many good scenes in Empyrean Age. Like, you have the riot at the Foundry. You have Alex Noir. You have the Nyx. You have, and the other thing is that because it was designed to introduce a new whole world and introduce a whole bunch of new characters and stuff, it stands relatively independent of the rest of EVE Online. You could just read or follow the story of the Empyrean Age and just see it as just a generic, like, not generic, but like a standard sci-fi universe, right? Okay, well, yeah, there's this mega corporation state called the Kaldari that are having hard times. I've seen Blade Runner, I get it, you know, etc. So I think that that would be a good idea. But I've been Ashrathi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put even into context for you, my fellow Empyreans. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. And of course, thank you to all of my sponsors, especially Abyssus, Aikiwarazu-chan, Arydanika the Queen, BlackRoseNoble, Dajat Lemmont, Drake, Golden Age Stories, J. Kuhn, LM1, Malik Starfire, MidnightSpaceMonkeys, NotJustFun, Seedsaplenty, Serenalen with No Eyes, Syliana Vel'ash, Nephilim, Grendel, Zaul Nex, as well as Ebo1337 and Rid, my Immortal tier patrons. Thank you all so much. It has been another day. and tomorrow's Friday. We'll have to see if we have anything to talk about. If not, hopefully I'll have something to present. But we'll have to find out then. Keep an eye on my YouTubes and on my Twitter to know what's going on. I know I've been starting an hour late the last couple of days. I reserve the right to do that. But no, it's actually, I've been starting an hour early a lot recently. So, but I do want to start targeting that 1 hour earlier than today's time. So keep an eye out for that, and whatever. And if you're interested in checking out the Convocation of Empyreans and helping us maximize player engagement with EVE Online, we could certainly use your help. The Gallente Federation is well on its ways to restoring freedom and democracy throughout the entire war zone, and we could use more help. So go ahead and come on down and check us out. Arydanika the Queen, 07 to you. Good to see you. But with all that said, I think that's it. Is that it? Let's pretend like that's it, guys. Please? Yeah. Okay. I have been Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden. And until next time, I'll see you in space.